Is this real? Did this actually happen? Luka Doncic is a Los Angeles Laker. This might be the biggest trade we've ever seen. This might be the biggest trade this league has ever seen. This is the most. It's unbelievable. This is a player who rivals Michael Jordan in terms of offensive production this early into his career, and the impact that he had. This guy is 25 years old, and they just traded him for, granted, one of the best defensive players ever, who's like 7 years older than Luka. You trade the Lakers win this trade. The Lakers win the trade. You could check back on this 2 years from now, 3 years, 4 years, 5, 10 years, 20 years from now. The Lakers won this trade. I don't care how you look at it. I believe that this trade makes the Mavericks better this season. No doubt. I'm going that far as to say it's no doubt it makes them better this season. You bring in somebody that fills the void that your team had, which was on the defensive end, despite being a decent defensive team towards the end of last year. The team has been rolling without Luka. They've been very good. Since he went down on Christmas, the team has been moving very well. They've been very good. They're a playoff team in the West, which right now means you're a good team. But you go from... I'm sorry. This is unbelievable. This is an unbelievable trade. This is an unbelievable trade in so many ways. The Lakers get their franchise guy for the next 10 years. You know, the last 5 years, Rob Pelinka's been getting shit on a lot. And rightfully so. I think he kind of just walked into this one unintentionally. Some reports now are saying that when the Mavs GM, Nico Harrison, when he came to the Lakers and said, "Hey, you want Luka?" They said, are you serious? But the Lakers have been an absolute disaster for 5 years. I mean, at least since winning their championship. And now they got their guy. The years of throwing everything away, bending to LeBron's every whim and getting everybody that he wants whenever he wants them, those days are over. There were no consequences. They ended up with Luka Doncic. If I'm the Mavericks, I am not sleeping for a good 3 months. This is just awful for the Mavericks in terms of optics. I mean, you trade away a guy who is one of the most promising faces of the league. I mean, the guy is unbelievable. He dropped, 73 points the guy's unbelievable. And you go and trade him for a guy who's... I mean, this is the first season AD's been healthy in a while. Granted, he's hurt right now. He should be back soon. But the guy's 32. I mean, I don't care how well he fits into your offense. I don't care how well he complements you. You don't make this trade. I don't like this trade grand scheme for the Mavericks. You are leveraging so much on winning a title this year or next year, pretty much. And the terrible, terrible news for the Mavericks is that it ain't happening. That's not happening. You know, I'm a Thunder fan, and Mavericks really like the one team that I don't want to see in the playoffs. They're the one team I don't want to see in the West. And they've been our kryptonite for whatever reason. So now you bring in AD, this team, even if they're great, even if they're really good and they're able to beat a lot of good teams on a night-to-night basis and they're gelling well, I don't know if they still have that oomph that they had to beat the Thunder on any given night, shorthanded or not, right? I think the chemistry issues are going to cause problems when you're playing against a team as good as the Thunder. So, Do they have a chance next year when it's a little bit more gelled together? Sure, possible. I don't understand why you trade away your 25-year-old phenom. Like, the guy is unbelievable. The Lakers get their man. The Lakers have somebody to sell tickets for the next 10 to 15 years. Or I'll say 10 years. They have 10 years of not being a laughingstock. And I don't care if it's Luka surrounded by 13 me's. You can put 13 me's on the floor with Luka. They have a chance at making the playoffs. They're going to be a competitive team as long as Luka Doncic is healthy. There's no way around it. I mean, look at the team that Luka took to the finals last year. They're not making it that far without Luka. So if you want to say, sure, bringing in AD, they'll be good enough. They got Kyrie with the experience. AD, these guys have won chips. They know what they're doing. They've been here before. It's been there, done that. Great. Luka Doncic alone is enough to bring you to the playoffs. He alone is enough to win you a playoff series. So now the Lakers get their guy. They have somebody to follow Bron. So does this mean Bron is gonna spend the next 3 years kind of making Luka more overpowered than he already is, getting him even better, teaching him a new trick? Is he going to be even better 3 years from now? I don't know. Maybe. That was my first thought. Was, hey, yeah, LeBron's not going anywhere. This team, even if the fit is kind of ugly, this could be like a vet and new guy type of thing. I mean, it's a little strange, but like, there aren't too many 6'8 plus point guards in the league. I think Hallie's maybe 6'7", and he's nowhere near the archetype of them. He's a totally different build. You're putting two guys who are both unicorns in their own right on the same team, and there's about 15 years between them, and they're both still unbelievable players. So I don't know. Does LeBron leave? Probably not. He wants to stay in LA. They got Bronny. Maybe Bron gets traded for the first time. He gets traded with Bronny to Cleveland, goes back to Cleveland. Cavs send over Jared Allen and Karis LeVert. I don't know if the money matches. I think it does. I think the money matches there. Yeah, that's probably not going to happen. But anyway, crazy stuff, man. This is a crazy trade. This is an unbelievable trade. Like, this is the biggest trade. I mean, you are trading two top 10 players at least this season. They're both top 10 guys. I don't care if Luka hasn't played since December. We know what Luka is. And AD has definitely been a top 10 player this season. He's been the Lakers' best player on a lot of nights. And I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy. There were no rumors, no rumblings. Everybody thought Shams was hacked. And then, boom, starts popping up here, there, everywhere. Twitter, Instagram. This is just a trade of proportions we have never seen. We've never seen this. I think this hinders both the Lakers and the Mavericks, like I said about the Mavericks, going into this year's playoffs. I think they're going to need some time to gel. Trade deadline acquisitions very rarely work. They have a couple of times, but they very rarely work that year. Maybe they make a little run. There's a lot of up in the air right now. I mean, if I had to bet, I would probably say that the Mavericks are going to be in a better position for these next couple of months when compared to the Lakers. I think that AD is a little bit more of a plug and play guy. I think I can make AD work. Like, you could squeeze him in there. That team, they're gonna be firing. They're gonna be firing on all cylinders pretty soon into it. The Lakers might take some time though. At least Luka and Dorian Finney-Smith are back together, man. That's the duo that's going to tear up the league right there, back in action. But yeah, man, this has just been an unbelievable 16 hours, or maybe 20 by the time this video gets out. This is just an insane trade. I thought we were going to have a really quiet trade deadline this year. We weren't really seeing a whole lot going on. And we saw biggest trade of this last week or so was Drew Eubanks was the big name. So This is incredible, man. This is incredible. I'm really excited to see what happens as far as how the Lakers and Mavericks perform. I'm even more excited to see the Thunder inevitably beat the Mavericks when they match up in the playoffs, because the Mavericks are going to be a little bit messy, especially against a team that's as good as OKC. But yeah, this is uncharted territory, man. I genuinely don't believe that there's been a trade, at least since the 21st century. I don't think we've had a trade of this caliber. I don't think there's been one. It's unbelievable.